What it do? It's your boy Bandit, and we here with our mid-season award ceremony. And I gotta let y'all know what villains I got in the house with me today. You feel me? Start off with Sky,
What up, though?
Mike. I mean, yeah,
No camera ass.
I thought that was DaeDae.
No, that's somebody else. Who you got?
That's DaeDae.
DaeDae.
Yo,
Let him know who you is.
it's your boy Day, aka DaeDae. You can find me on Twitter at Markham246. One pride, let's go.
Jeremy, let him know who you is though.
Oh, it's me, Smoking Jeremy B. You can find me on Facebook at Motor City Kneecap Biters. You can find me on Twitter at Smoking Jeremy. And you can find me right here on Bandit Sports and also on my channel on YouTube, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions.
Mike, now let him know who you is though.
Hey, this is Mike. You can find me at @1pride_JR on Twitter.
I thought that was Goku.
Nate, let him know who you is though.
What's up, man? Nate the Great from the great state of Texas. Biggest Lion fan here in Texas, repping. You can find me on Kneecaps on Jeremy's show, and you can find me on Neil's show. And yeah, man, let's go chop it up.
All right, y'all already know here. This show right here is brought to you by my man DaeDae. He came up with me, messaged me, and said, "Hey, let's do an award ceremony." So this is DaeDae's show, but I'm just hosting it because he's scared of doing it. So we're gonna start it off by top performers on offense. We're gonna let me do this right now. Nate, you gonna go first. Sky gonna go second. Everybody give a candidate who they think the top performers is, and we'll start off like that. Go ahead, Nate. Who your top performers on offense?
My top performers.
Yep.
I mean, first off, Goff, man. I mean, it starts and ends with Goff. I mean, Goff sucks. We're terrible. So Goff has been stellar this year. You know, he has had some hiccups in some games, but for the most part, he's been pretty consistent, steady Eddie. Amara, guy gets 100 yards every game. You know, like, can't say nothing about him. He's the man. And you know what? Penny Sewell, man. I know he's had some holding calls, but damn, the guy is lights out, bro. If you saw the numbers against Max Crosby, stellar. He's an all-pro waiting to happen.
Sky, I'm gonna let you go. Who are your top performers on offense, man?
I'm just gonna make it quick because I mean Nate pretty went through it. Jared, Laporta, Saint. I mean low key. I mean you gotta just tandem the running backs too. So those guys been performing great.
I like Tony the
Mike,
Tiger.
who you got?
Hey, y'all naming everybody. Y'all naming some good names. I'm gonna go with the O-line. Man. No matter who they put in there, they doing a pretty solid job for the most part. Most of these games.
Jeremy, who you got?
Well, I'm gonna start from the bottom up. It's the O-line, running backs, and then I got co-MVPs between Goff and St. Brown.
Co-MVPs between Goff and St. Brown.
Yeah, because neither one is as good without the other. Think about that. Amon-Ra gets 1/3 of the targets every game.
Right.
So there's a reason he gets 100 yards. Yet we get it between 250 and 350 yards with Jared Goff, and that's because he does complement and hit the other targets as well.
Well, Day, it's up to you. Only one can get the offense performer right now mid-season. You heard his choices.
Well,
give me the
my
candidate.
nominee.
Give me the
my
Bandit
nominee.
choice. No, you
my
gotta pick
nominee is
the final pick.
I gotta pick. I'll give it to
final
Goff.
pick.
Then if I don't get to throw out a nominee, I'll give it to Goff. Without Goff, man. Without Goff, we don't win that Tampa Bay game. To be honest with you. So I'll give it to Goff as top performing player on offense this year so far.
Absolutely.
It starts
Goff's
and
not
ends with the
here to
quarterback,
accept
man.
the
That's what
board
they
today.
get.
Followed by a close second, David Montgomery. Without David Montgomery, man, our offense is off. Yeah, Gibbs
Goff
played
wasn't
great
here to
last
accept the
game.
award today. He told me to tell y'all counted him out when he came here from St. Louis. He ain't done yet.
Who?
That boy got a real
Yes,
trophy.
sir.
The Goff Awards.
From St.
Goff.
Louis. Who would we get from St. Louis?
LA, you mean?
LA, St. Louis, same thing.
Not
They
really.
both got
They
their
were
little.
St. Louis, they were St. Louis at one point.
St. Louis is like the bottom of the top 50 teams for population, and LA's like in the top 5. There's a big difference. One's in the Midwest.
Anyways,
One's on the West Coast.
Passing semantics.
All right, next thing we're gonna go is top player on defense.
You want to
Same way
pick
we
one?
gonna
You just want to everybody pick one, and then
everybody pick
DaeDae
one
can nominate?
candidate.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody pick one candidate,
And
then
DaeDae
Nate,
can choose.
you get to pick the final one, so you don't get to choose. Everybody else, get to
Okay,
choose.
let's go. Cool.
Starting off
I
with
still
you,
want
Scott.
to pick one. I want to pick one too. Then
Yeah.
you pick a winner.
I didn't say we rotate, DaeDae. We rotate.
This is your show, DaeDae. We're just living in it, man.
Sky, go ahead. Who you want to go top nominees on defense?
Top nominee on defense. I'm gonna have to say Hutch.
We gonna nominate Hutchinson.
Whose music is that in the back?
I
I
know.
don't know.
It's annoying.
Mike, who you nominating on defense, Mike?
I'm gonna go with the Quiet Assassin. I'm gonna go with Cam Sutton.
Damn you, Mike. That's my guy.
Can it carry?
You got to get his
Jeremy.
name right. It's Cam Shutdown.
Alex Anzalone.
You pick Ax. We did have. Did he show up? I thought he showed up. Oh, there you go. Shit,
Thor.
The hair right there just wins it.
DaeDae, who your nominee?
My nominee is Cam Shutdown.
Killer Cam.
Is that better? My
I'm going
music
with
gone now?
I'm going with somebody nobody else picked. I'm gonna go with Aleem McNeil.
Come on, man. Y'all taking my choices. God
You
damn.
get the final choice. So Nate,
Wait.
who taking home the defender halfway to mid-season award? Who taking it home?
Well, shit, I got to pick somebody that nobody chose.
No, you gotta pick somebody that's
Oh,
chosen.
y'all chose? Okay. Man, that's a tough one. Can I do two, or do I have to do one?
It has to be one. That's what they
Gotta
said.
be one.
I'm gonna go Cam Shutdown, man, because the reality is, without Cam and as elite as he's been playing, he takes the best receiver out of the game. And if you don't have a cornerback that can do that, man, your secondary is gonna struggle mightily. Yeah,
It could go to Anzalone too. It really could. Because Anzalone
It could go-
playing
it could-
his mind off this year.
Anzalone is balling out this year. That's why I named him.
you know who actually is the best defensive player this year is really Mac, because Mac transformed his body. He has become a force in the middle. He is stout in the run. He's rushing the passer. He has really helped that interior when a lot of people thought that the interior was garbage and we were going to struggle mightily. And Mac has just transformed into, I'm going to say it, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL.
He's
But
getting there,
wait,
in my opinion.
his first 2 weeks, he was a lone soldier, just making run stops, no pressure, because Bugs wasn't here.
Exactly. Now that he's got a running mate, he's eating a lot. And people are noticing.
You know, and when they deactivated Bugs, everybody's like, "Oh, that's not that big of a deal." You know, he's just a rotational player on a defensive line.
No, he was the starter.
That was proven false once we
Whoa,
activated him in
whoa,
week
whoa, whoa,
3,
whoa.
man.
He was deactivated the last game, and we got 6 sacks and more pressures than we had all season.
Yeah,
Because we had Martin in there.
It
You
was
got to have
right.
that
That's
great
exactly
guy.
it.
Guys in there. But
Yeah.
when it was just Benito Jones and Lee McNeil in there, it didn't work.
I
Hey,
told
don't-
you it wouldn't work with him.
And
Wow.
don't be surprised going forward, y'all, if either Martin's a scratch or Bugs is a scratch. Because I really do think it's between both of those two, just like when Campbell said that, it was between J.O. and Harris. I
Yep.
think every week it's gonna be whoever's got a better practice, whoever's got better take or looks good in the practices will be up for the games. And I think that's just how the Lions are doing things.
He ain't
Killa.
Someone said you're delusional for saying that.
Killa.
Ali-
He's in the top 10 of DT's ranked right now.
Yeah. Lee McNeil's balling like he is.
Dude,
a
just
top
watch
10
his game, bro. I
Yeah.
mean, you're delusional. Tape don't lie.
See, I agree. I think it's going to be between Benito Jones and Bugs, who's active and inactive each week.
Nah, dude.
Burrito!
They keep playing. I mean, dude,
I don't
Benito
know
can't
what
do
they
anything
see
wrong,
in this
dude.
guy, man, but I agree. They keep playing him week in and week out.
It's gonna be between Bugs and Martin, man.
Okay, now we gotta get into the bad. Worst performer on
Outside
offense.
of J-Mo, nobody named J-Mo. We all know that's.
Well, no, you got to put J-Mo out there first
Nah, I don't
because
want
he
to talk
is
about
the worst.
Why
Talk
are
about
you
J-Mo
even
today.
going about?
I mean, the only one worse than that's not on the team, so you can't say him. That was Marvin Jones Jr.
Sky, I'm gonna let you pick the who get the final award for this. Jeremy, I'm gonna let you start off, man. Who you got being one of the worst performers on offense, man?
I don't care what he says. Can't say it. It's Jamison Williams.
DaeDae, you been playing for JMO, so who you gonna say the worst performer on offense?
Give me Brock Wright, man. After last year, the way he played, after we got rid of Hawkinson, we were featuring him more, and now he's just disappeared. I know we're using Sam Laporta there. Sam Laporta's our tight end.
That's why.
But
his blocking has been very suspect at times.
Yeah, look at the blocks he's missed.
That's what he's known to do. He's known to be a blocker.
He's not. He doesn't have the confidence because he's not a starter anymore. We saw what happened last year when starting wise, who started falling off because he wasn't starting. Oh, AO. When AO didn't get the CB1 in preseason like he played the last 2 years because everybody was injured and not playing, he lost his mojo. When you lose your starting position, you lose your mojo. You don't play as good.
And honestly, the Lions did not feel that they were set at that position either. That's why they got Laporta, because Laporta, just watching his game, the way he runs his routes, the way he catches the ball, the professional, the way he's blocking. I mean, the guy just does it all. I mean, he's going to be a complete tight end.
With that said, Nate, who you got being our worst offense performer?
I mean, obviously, Jamison Williams is going to be almost everybody's choice. I'm going to say Marvin Jones, man, because before he got let go, Marvin Jones. Team. So it has to be.
He was here in the first half.
Yeah, okay. Marvin Jones was really bad, man. I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna eat crow. I was one of those guys that was really excited for Marvin to come back because he had played really well for us in the past. Yeah, and he played like ass and garbage. That first game, I thought it was maybe just a hiccup, and it just got worse and worse. He kept whiffing on blocks and all that. I don't know what's going on with the dude. We wish him the best. I hope he enjoys retirement or whatever he's doing. But yeah, he was the worst, man. Sorry.
He had to have retired because we didn't take that $2.2 million cap hit for him leaving, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Mike, who you got for your worst performer on offense?
I mean, this is easy. It should be rhetorical. Like the answer should be unanimously J-Mo. Man, it got to be J-Mo. Like we just named Brock Wright, an undrafted guy who got demoted because we drafted a tight end early in the draft, and then we named Marvin Jones, who was the oldest receiver in football. Like, no, Jamison Williams.
Sky, you had the candidates. You only got a couple.
You might as well just say it, man.
Who's your final pick for worst performers of the midseason?
You're on mute, Sky.
I'm gonna rename this shit, to be honest with you too, because I don't like worse in this situation. I'm gonna say underwhelming.
Okay.
Underachiever. How we want to say it?
It's gonna have to be. Yeah, it's gonna have to be JMO, just in a sense that like our offense is playing so well. Like if you were to actually pick like who's having the worst year out of everybody, like so far, it would be like Penei Sewell. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gotten so many fucking penalties. So like
Right.
that, like, and it's hard to say, oh, he's bad because then he doesn't have a pressure rate, but yet he has
his
fucking
grade
not
is-
10 penalties on the year. So it's like, do you choose JMO or do you choose Penei Sewell?
Wasn't that 9
Okay,
holding and
JMO.
1 false start for Penei Sewell so far?
Yeah, exactly. Like he just has a bunch of penalties on him this year. It's like, so if you're saying out of a great offense, a top 5 offense, you know, you're taking a guy who's the worst, JMO and then Penei. So,
But see,
JMO's not here to accept his award right now. He's at Lions facility on the jug machine. So shout out to JMO.
Oh, so he's in witless protection. Gotcha.
The thing is, like, you know, I don't know if this is all true, but with Penei, you've got to look at how much that line has changed so much.
I understand. No,
We've had a lot of combinations and all that, and I can guarantee you that Penei's probably wondering what's going on this side, along with having to protect his guy
he has
too.
nothing to do with him.
I disagree with that.
People, dog.
Right, I get that, man. But like, if you're on the line and you're worrying about what your other guy's doing because you've never worked with him, you don't trust him.
I don't give a fuck.
He's worked with all of these guys.
Those
man.
9,
But not consistency. That's the thing. Offensive line is all about consistency, man. It's all about unison.
Wait, but
you cannot just put different pieces in there.
Let me
hey, don't come in here yelling like that.
Yeah.
But every time I went to speak, he started talking again.
Speaking.
He stops and then I go to talk and he starts again. What I'm saying
Go ahead,
is,
Jeremy.
when you're beat and you hold on to somebody, it's because you're beat. It's not because the guy next to
and
you.
I understand
Exactly.
that. I do understand that. But when you're also concerned about what's going on next to you, you might not be as fully progress with your guy because you're worried about what the other guy's doing too. You know, you're all trying to protect the quarterback.
It's a mental thing. It's a mental thing at that point.
It is a
right?
mental thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can kind of see that.
Pro should be getting mentally challenged on the field by having people that has been playing with them week in and week out since training camp.
But they have it. That's the thing. Look at the combination.
They have.
Everybody's been here since training camp, is what he's saying.
Right, but you have not played with them in game time reps.
Motherfuckers off the street, dog.
Which
like,
and most
right,
that's totally different than practice reps.
And this is saying to anybody saying that like it's a problem. It's not really a problem, but the offense is doing so well, we're nitpicking at this point.
Sure, right.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So if we have to nitpick,
right,
it's JMO and then Penei on the penalties. Like that's where it come from. Those penalties, those holding calls is 10 fucking yards.
We can only nitpick on that because we're not used to him doing
first down is a drive killer.
Yep.
He's 95 yards he's responsible for. 5 yards for the false start, and then 10 yards for every holding call.
And we can only nitpick that because we're not used to that out of Penei. Penei's not normally called for a whole lot of penalties.
He's been the least penalized right tackle the last 2 years, and then he goes
so
and he's one of the most. He's been the most penalized on the offensive line. If he had 2 more penalties last week he was laundry free for the first time all season.
Right.
If he had 2 more penalties on the O-line, he has more penalties than the whole O-line combined.
Right. So nitpicking wise, like this is where we have to go because everybody is doing so well.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Obvious choices, JMO, nitpicking choice.
And Anthony, you brought up a great point too about JMO, dude. I like the word underachieved. What'd you say? Underachieved.
Yeah,
because the reality is he still has made some plays, and he did. I think the suspension really put him behind the 8 ball. If he doesn't get suspended and miss those 4 games, I honestly think that he has better numbers than he does now.
I mean, here's the thing about his numbers, though. Everybody says that. There was like a random thing on Twitter the other day that showed his numbers out in stat-wise. Like, he has like 20-something routes ran for us throughout the season, and he scored twice. Like,
but you have to
for every 10 routes that he's ran, he scored.
But you have to.
That's like one of the highest in the NFL.
But you have to understand. Man, it's all about game reps.
when it comes to JMO, the stats, yeah, they look good because of, they scores out 1 out of 10 every 10 routes or whatever. But if you watch like we do, we watch him week in and week out. He is very underachieving. Now, when it comes to stats with JMO and his touchdowns, like I
You can tell
understand
he's
it,
still
but at the
learning.
same time, like
DaeDae,
You can tell he's
I
still
agree
learning.
with you. I agree with you,
Hey.
DaeDae, because I put a lot of stats and numbers in the fucking group chat yesterday, and those
Yep.
boys was quiet.
100%.
I got a
100%
question.
they got quiet.
I didn't even
If
see him
JMO
because
don't
I
get
was at
if
work
JMO
selling
don't get
tires.
suspended, are we still having this talk?
Who knows?
Right.
It's
We don't know,
all about
man.
how many
Yeah,
snaps.
you've got 4 more games of him getting reps. You don't think he's a better player?
At this
Braylon-
time, it's all about opportunity.
I wanted to address that chat because Braylon Dennis says if DPJ outperforms JMO, we have a problem. Everybody on the offense that's a wide receiver outperforms JMO right now. It ain't a problem. He's a rookie still developing. He's played
Right.
200 snaps total.
Right.
You 200 snaps for a normal wide receiver 1 or 2. Do you know what that is?
But yeah,
And to
that's-
compound what Jeremy's saying, he only runs fucking deep routes.
yeah, they need to stop
That's
that.
only
for
5
sure.
games worth of snaps for a regular
See that-
wide receiver.
That's
Yeah,
what
but they're
people see. I don't think maybe Scott didn't see the numbers I posted, but that's a false misnomer that's going around that he's only running deep routes. That's not true.
No, he's running. He needs what he. I agree
What's the
with
numbers on it?
one podcaster said.
Him
Is
and St. Brown are running the same amount per year.
Oh,
Yeah.
same yards per target or
What he
whatever.
ran across the middle of the Raiders game was not. Yeah, that was.
Yards per route. Their yards per routes are damn near identical. I think one is 11.7, one is 11.8. So that
Yeah,
deep
but
route
when
shit
that's happening,
is
is
blown
J-Mo
out of
on the field?
proportion.
It took away
Have-
game reps, is all they're saying, Killicook.
What I'm saying,
Exactly.
but I'm not trying to I believe you.
And-
Obviously, the stats are real, but is JMO on the field when that's happening?
I don't have those numbers as far as when JMO's on the field and St. Brown's on the field. I don't have those. I'm just telling
But
you,
you can't-
everybody's saying that he's running deep routes, like he's running 20, 30-yard routes every time he's on the field. That's not true.
It's not.
But you can't say.
What's his
you
over?
can't say.
What's his over 10 under 10?
I don't know what his over and under 10 is, but I know his yards per route is 11.8 or 11.7
Okay.
because it was one or the other for either of those. Also, the yards per target, his is 4.7. So that again defeats the purpose of y'all saying all he's doing is running deep routes. St. Brown's yards per target is 8.6 or 8.7, something like that. So again, y'all keep on coming up with these excuses of why this kid is failing. Why come y'all just can't say the kid needs to be better? That's what it's.
No, we all know he needs to be better for sure.
No,
the
we
thing
all know
is-
that. I'm talking about for the people making excuses, talking about he's running deep routes all the time when he's not. That's all I'm saying.
I can like what some of these people say about JMO. The reality is that coaches always say it every time. It's time on task and it's game reps. We're not just talking practice reps. We're talking against actual NFL players in a game. And the reality is, you cannot tell me that if JMO had 4 more games and he would have started the season, that he would be in the same position he is now. You can't tell me that. He would be a better fucking player right now if he had those 4 games under his belt.
I mean, we would love to think that, but how do you know that's a fact? I mean,
Because
he had a whole off season.
Okay,
he had a whole off season.
I'm going to give you an example, okay? Say that you start a job, okay? And you learn your training, okay? Let's call training OTAs, training camp, whatever the hell it is. And then they say, you know what, dude? You're not going to work for 4 or 2 or 3 months. And then you're going to come and work for us in 2 or 3 months. You think you're going to be good on your job right when you start again? No. You've got to start from the get-go because you got to build consistency, you got to build reps, you got to build confidence, and everything else.
100%.
And you got to get time with your quarterback too. Let's not forget that.
Y'all co-signing this shit?
No, some of it, not all of it. Some of it though.
Like how many excuses how many excuses we gonna give this kid? That's all I want to know.
Wait.
When it comes down to it, when it boils down to JMO, he's got to catch the fucking ball when he's getting the opportunities.
Right.
You're giving the kid the opportunities, and he's not capitalizing on the opportunities that he's given. Not every single one of those opportunities were always in the best position. Like the swing route last week, I don't agree with that. And then,
I've been trying to rebuttal this. He's saying if it wasn't for his own decision, man, 85% of the NFL out of the 100% that was surveyed did not know that rule was a rule about betting on somewhere else away from even at a hotel on an away game, because a hotel is considered your home where you're sleeping. And it's okay to do it at home, but it's not okay to do it at a hotel. It was a very confusing rule, which is why the suspension changed from 6 games to 2, and they let him back early. So you could say it was this bad decision and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. The only reason why he got looked into is because there was 8 personal coaches and assistant staffers on the low level that got fired that same week for doing that. When you got people as a leadership
but what does
position,
any of this have to do with
wait.
J-Mo's performance on the field?
I'm talking about J-Mo. Somebody said
thought
it was his. No, somebody said it was
Somebody
his.
said in his comments.
And I'm addressing it. If they did the rules right, everybody would have known it. Not just one player didn't know it, Killa, is what I'm saying. So you're being a bullshit asshole like the rest of the media.
I get the whole if y'all want to debate the suspension thing or whatnot, like we all know the suspension thing was dumb.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I don't even want to talk about that shit. I want to talk about the play on the field, his performance on the field. Can we talk about that? Like that don't have shit to do with why that don't have shit to do with why he's not coming up and performing on the field. I'm sorry, it don't.
He's just got to be better, man. We all know he's got to be better. That's it.
At the end of the day, he was drafted in the first round to be a high playmaker receiver out here.
And everybody else gets 3 years to develop.
Made him develop slowly, but I still say it's too early to call him a bust. Let him still develop. Going by game reps, he's still a rookie. I mean, so let him develop. He'll be all right. But right now, he's the midseason worst performer right now. So worst performer, we going down on defense. Mike, you gonna get the final decision on this. So I'm gonna start off with Jeremy. Who is your candidate for worst?
Will Harris. And again, I'll say Will Harris.
Sky, who you got for worst performer on defense?
AG.
You put AG in?
Yep.
Well, we're gonna have a best and worst coaching, so you got to do players.
Yeah, we're getting into the coaching stuff here.
We got
we're getting into that.
No, we're gonna rate each coaching staff like 5 to 6, like
1 through 5 scale.
You see.
All right.
Yeah.
Who you got is your worst performer right now on defense?
Or underachieving player on defense.
Underachieving player. I'm gonna have to say the commish, man. After preseason, and the way he was bowling, second and third string guys, and knowing that, obviously not every team has injuries, but most teams have injuries on their O-line throughout the year. So at that time, you should be able to take advantage of people. He just hasn't. To me, I just don't think he's very fucking underwhelming to me this year.
I like that one. I like that pick.
Especially in the pass rush. Like, it's not.
Does he have a sack this year?
One maybe.
I don't think so. Jeremy, who you got as our worst underperforming?
I already said it. Will Harris like 8 times.
Nate, who you got?
I'm gonna say Charles Harris, man, because his tape's too inconsistent for me, and like we need more from him, because if we can get a Charles Harris that's more consistent, it's gonna help out Aiden. And right now, nobody's helping out Aiden on the pass rush outside of Mac.
I'm going to refute that, because the only game he did not start, we gave up 146 yards on the ground.
I was just about to say.
He's a run-stuffing DN. He stops the run.
Well, we need pass rushing more.
I understand we need pass rushing more. Isn't that more on coaching?
I agree.
Yeah, that's more. We're going.
But I mean, Charles Harris has shown he can rush the passer too.
I agree. His presence on the pass rush, Nate. I agree with you at that point. But
we just need help Aiden out, man. Aiden just.
That's
James
Houston. That's fucking on the. That's what. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna shit on them in the coaching staff department. We'll talk about that later.
DaeDae, who you got is underachieving defensive player right now?
Underachieving. Derek Barnes. all training camp, you heard about Barnes making plays, Barnes making plays, Barnes making plays. He's made a few plays this season, but not
He's
to the
missed
way
one
that.
tackle all season.
Up for discussion. Go.
DaeDae just hates Barnes.
I know.
He's
I
not taking
don't
the
like
ball
Derek
away.
Barnes. I
He
don't like
does.
Derek
He's
Barnes.
not.
The obvious answer I already gave.
Like,
Mike.
okay, stats wise, like again, when I'm doing this, I'm not doing off stats wise. Like stats are nice. That's like I get into those. But we watch them week in, week out, and you could see that not all these players are playing great, and that's why Derek Barnes isn't really around. So that's why I'm picking Derek Barnes. Not going off stats wise.
Yeah, they'd rather throw Houston back in coverage instead of Campbell. Shout out to the clown show, AG.
We'll get into that in just a second.
Oh,
Mike, who you give it to the most underachieving person on defense? You got the final pick. You're the candidates.
Out of the people I heard, I got to give it to Will Harris, even though I don't really want to give it to Will Harris because he's a depth corner, but
Yeah,
he gets it.
unless he gets somebody hurt. But yeah.
And people, this is the same person said Will Harris is going to have 2 interceptions for a return touchdown.
Yeah, 2 pick
I remember
sixes.
that.
I was clearly trolling.
Yeah,
He was asleep that morning.
I bet, Mike.
The reason why Will Harris is on this list is he was burnt so bad that he made burnt toast look like Wonder Bread.
I ain't lying.
Oh, man.
I ain't lying.
So Will Harris is not here. He's obviously he got something over the people in the owners.
He's probably catching up on something.
Well, he's got something.
He went back to the Eli Apple School of Coverage.
Man.
Fuck, dude.
Hey, that was somewhere in Ohio. Now I feel bad. So now we got to go.
We kept Will Harris over Jeff Okudah.
Yeah,
And Jeff Okudah's playing well in Atlanta.
because he's playing CB2, not CB1, and the pressure's not on him anymore. But that's another story.
Yeah, right. Totally agree.
Surprise player on offense. Jeremy, you get to pick the final candidate who gets this award. DaeDae, I'm going to start off with you. Who's your surprise candidate on offense, man? Somebody that you didn't expect is going to do what they're doing, but they're doing what they're doing. You feel me?
I think this is an obvious choice, too. Because I didn't like this guy at all last year. I said dude couldn't track a ball, dude couldn't play wide receiver, dude couldn't do nothing. It's got to be Josh Reynolds because he's playing well this year. I mean, he's playing really good. And I didn't expect that out of him at all. After the way he played last year, yeah, it's got to be him.
He stepped up his game for sure.
Yeah.
Who do you got, Nate?
I'm gonna go Graham Glasgow, man, because a lot of people when we got him, he was 30 years old, and I know he had success with Detroit, and he's worked with Frank before, and he's got good connections with Deck and Rags. But man, the guy really he started the beginning of the season pretty rough, and man, after that he just turned it up, man, and he's been the Swiss Army knife on that line. And God, man, without him, I don't know where we'd be right now.
Mike, who you got as the surprise player on offense?
I'm going back again with J-Mo. I'm going to keep it that short so I don't keep on hearing excuses.
What? You're surprised he's playing this bad?
Yes.
I wasn't.
Okay.
Sky, who you got as your surprise player on offense?
I thought you was going to stand with me on Josh Reynolds because you were one of the ones that said the same shit I said about Josh Reynolds last year. Couldn't track a ball, couldn't do nothing right last year.
Sky, who you got as your surprise player on offense?
Well, it's not really surprising me because you listen to anything fucking I do on anything else besides pre me coming on here. Sam Laporta potty because he's shitting on him.
Shit, on
Look at that grin.
From my boy Jeremy.
Sammy.
All right. What do you
So,
got,
Jeremy,
Neil?
you heard the candidates.
Well, you got to announce who you're picking.
I'm hosting this.
Oh, okay. It's Josh
like the
Reynolds.
Grammys, maybe like the
It's Josh
Grammys.
Reynolds. It's Mr. Touchdown, first down.
First down, touchdown. He's not here to accept his award right now because he's chilling somewhere with golf or something. I don't know.
I mean, what game did he blow? Was it the Minnesota game last year where he couldn't see what side of the ball his shoulder was going to go on?
To say David Montgomery is a surprise, then you don't know football.
Yeah.
Because he was getting 4.3 yards a carry when he had an O-line that allowed contact at negative 0.7 yards.
Hold up. I agree. I was surprised with David Montgomery at first too. From him coming from the Bears, like I was like,
No.
oh, we just
What up, Leo?
Yeah, he was
But
eating
I'm
that fucking
surprised
the
he eat
Bears.
the way
Bro.
he eats, so I understand why he say that, bro.
I wasn't surprised at all. I projected this.
Leo, I got your back, Leo. I got your back. I was
I
surprised.
mean, he did play against us every year, so
They
I mean,
killed
not
us
watch
this,
those
every
though,
year.
games.
but
Yeah,
I
he was like their
projected
best
it.
player.
we took the Bears' best
Yeah,
player.
I'm not mad at that pick from Leo.
Yeah, I was surprised, man. He
Different
said nobody
opinions.
said anything about it. Hey, like I said, I was surprised too.
They were
man.
very quiet on Montgomery in camp, though. I can just say that there wasn't a whole lot that came out.
He was
Montgomery
steady Eddie,
performing.
man. We
Everybody
got a lot
was
of steady
focused
Eddies
Yeah.
on this team. They just
on
do
the
their
gamer.
business.
Everybody
gamer.
was
I totally agree
focusing
with
on
that,
the
Leo.
rookies. Everybody was focusing on the new bright and shiny toys. That's what it was.
That's why everybody's all up on J-Mo's ass.
Surprise player on defense. Same thing. So the person that we didn't think they were gonna do what they're gonna do when they doing it, but they doing it. You feel me? DaeDae, I'm gonna pick this choice. Everybody had a choice. Did everybody go pick one already?
Wait, you just got here. We just got to this subject.
I'm talking about everybody chose a category already. Like they picked the main person.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's on me. All right. Surprise player. DaeDae, who your surprise player?
Man,
Convince me.
Aleem. Yeah.
Why you say Aleem?
Because when he's on, dude, he looks pretty much unstoppable. He shedded. I watched the clip last night. I want to say he beat a double team right off the line, split the two, and they got to Jimmy. That's pretty dominant. I'll give him that.
Remember that
I
Giants
wasn't
game last
expecting
year?
a whole. Yeah, Giants game was
He
his really
balled.
only good game last year.
Yeah, I think that's where he turned the corner, man. He really balled out after that.
It's Aleem's coming into his own, man. You can see it.
Mike, who you got as your surprise player, man?
I might have to go with AA. Like, I think I was a bigger fan than the majority of the Lions fans about him. But if you would have asked me if he was going to have this good of a season, I'd have been like, hell no. So I'm gonna have
Didn't he
to
have
go
his
with him.
best year last year? Like, damn, he was coming out last year.
Right, he continues to improve, but this year he's playing like one of the best in the league total. So, yeah, that's my surprise.
Yeah, moving him to the
I've never understood any of the hate around Anzalone. Ever.
He's just steady Eddie, man.
He misses tackles, yes, but I mean, he makes a lot more plays than he does miss tackles. If you think about it.
First year, 27% missed tackle rate. Last year dropped it to 13. This year he's at a 3%. That's why it's a surprise.
And moving him to the will helped a lot too. It freed him up.
Right.
Nate, who your surprise pick on the defense?
My surprise pick, Tracy Walker, man. And I'll tell you why, because the guy came back from an Achilles, and that's a very tough injury to come back and still have that pop. And the fact that he not only came back, but he's been impactful. I mean, if the guy could catch a damn ball, he would be taking balls away left and right. That's the only knock I have on him. But man, the guy's just playing vicious this year. Like, he took over the CJ role, and he's like, I got you, man. You know, like, it's almost like CJ pulled him aside and said, hey, man, I've had history of injuries. If I go down, you got to take this defense to the next level, and you got to be a dog. And I think that's exactly what Tracy's being. He's being a dog, and he's being a leader. And hey, man, I'm happy for the guy. You know, because I thought that they were going to trade him when they got BB and all that, and they've kept him. And hey, he's been great.
I knew he was.
Man. Who you got? Is your surprise? Your
surprise on defense?
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, honestly, Jerry.
Jerry?
Yeah, and the reason I say that he's surprising is because throughout this entire year, he's been picked on throughout an entire game at times. And he's came back and made plays.
And taking the ball away.
And he continues to be a great run stopper. Like that's a very underseen thing from Jerry that like nobody even talks about. That like he is a very, very big element when it comes to run stopping. Because I don't think there's a wide receiver in the league that can block him.
Oh.
Because he just undercuts everybody and just takes out legs.
Oh. I agree. I like that. I like that pick because Jerry's picked on a lot.
And he's very sticky in coverage, man. It's very hard to get the ball.
If he loses a battle, he comes right back. Like he don't play scared. If he gets beat, he doesn't play scared.
He does so well, and he's not.
You need that at
the
cornerback
best against speed and bigger wide receivers. So
I mean, Jerry's been burnt. Like, don't get me wrong, Jerry's been burnt. But
he's an undrafted free agent, y'all. You can't ask for too much.
Jeremy, who's your surprise pick on defense? Convince me. Everybody else gave me somebody different. So you got convinced me that your person.
I got somebody different too, because you know what? He got sat down. We traded up to the 3rd round for him, which is usually where you get starters from. He was sat for 7 straight weeks, benched. Finally call him up. He plays 10 snaps where he has a tackle for loss on Josh Jacobs, who's considered still a great running back. Then he opens up the line for 3 more sacks. It's Broderick Martin.
After 1 game.
No, I mean, that's a surprise to come in 1 game, have 10 snaps and be that impactful. That's huge.
It's up for discussion. If you want to talk about it, go ahead.
Man, there's not enough body of work to say that.
I mean, the potential is there for him. Yeah. But, like if you watched him in college, the guy's a beast. So
it's not a surprise when somebody gets sat for 7 weeks, comes in 1 game, and is that impactful. It's not a surprise.
I mean,
because he basically did exactly what Bugs did at week 3.
Yeah.
I need
to see more. I need to see that.
I just think that's a very surprising first half performance in your only performance.
I think he's going to get more looks because of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I also think too, you got to give kudos to the coaching, man. John Scott, we shit on John Scott earlier, man. He's really turning this defense line around. Getting guys like Broderick ready, getting Bugs better, getting Mac to be as dominant as he is. Hutch is Hutch. Hopefully he can get Charles Harris going and all that. James Houston soon. But John Scott deserves a lot of fucking credit, man, for being a college coach and coming in his first year. I can see why Dan Campbell likes him. I really do.
You could give surprise player on defense to Hutch too, because if you look, Hutch has got a lot of pressures. Don't get me wrong, like I get that, but if you look, his other numbers aren't so hot. Like stats that actually go on stat sheet.
Because nobody else was doing anything next to him for 7 games.
He's also right there too. If you watch the games, he's right there to get the damn sack. Man, but over pursuit sometimes.
I get that. But
that's my bud Troy Gary from Sideline Sports. There, say what's up, fellas.
What's up, Troy?
Yeah, I don't have him as a surprise because I think he's hurt. Like I said yesterday, I think he's still hurt.
For that shot he took against Carolina.
Oh, he's going to get. Did you see that? Yeah. Did you see that shot that he took against the Raiders guy where they literally knocked him off his ass?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got caught a couple times.
He's getting beat up every game, man. Those holdings wear you out, man. And the fact that he's got a motor that keeps going, man, that says a lot about that dude. A lot.
All right, well, I have thought about the decision.
I know you're going.
Man, that was getting picked on, was getting bullied, but turning around and turning to success.
Sure. Okay.
Hey,
shout out to go Tracy Walker, man. That was your boy.
Listen, I wanted to get to Tracy.
I built it up for you,
I don't want to be biased on here. I'm beating around all around the point.
Here's the thing.
I came with a good point about how you got picked on.
Be where he's at if Alex Anzalone doesn't tip that ball to get him his first pick, because before that he was trash.
I understand that. I don't care how you got here. The point is what you're doing now. Now that you're here,
It's a big
you feel me?
point, though.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
big
He's making the
point.
most of his opportunities. Making the most of his
And
opportunities.
the guy's an undrafted free agent, y'all. You act like he's a
And we-
first round draft pick. I mean, shit.
No, I
I mean,
know.
you get
No,
anything
I
out of
know.
those
No,
players.
all
I
the
know.
pressure he had being picked up because we picked up Mosley. He thought Mosley was gonna take his spot. He was getting picked on. He ain't have no confidence. He got his confidence back. He was basically telling Mosley before Mosley came in, "Hey, this is my job. But I ain't giving it up." Then Mosley got hurt, and the man's still holding it down. So
He didn't
One
say his
thing-
whole name against the Raiders at all.
I just think it's sad that
Nope.
Mosley basically played the same amount of snaps as Aaron Rodgers.
That is bad.
The one thing I'll say about Jerry is Jerry's confidence never wavers. He always is a
That's
pit
what I
bull.
said.
He's always there. He's always upbeat. He's always ready to go. He's very confident. Yeah, he's going to be limited because of, he's an undrafted player, man. How many undrafted players pop and go all pros and superstars? Not very many. So the fact is, if you're getting anything out of a starting cornerback and an undrafted player, shit, count yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Because that means we don't have to draft somebody that high. We could have, but he was already gone.
Shout out to the Holmes family.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, this is y'all. This I think this is gonna be your favorite part of the show.
Oh,
Rating the
at
offense
least you say
coordinator,
rating.
defense
You didn't say they
coordinator.
suck. So that's good.
We gonna rate them through a 1 through 5 scale. Everybody gonna get a rating of the coach, and then their reason why I'm giving them that rating. So
5 the best, right? 5 the best.
nobody want to be a 1-star. Nobody want to be a 1-star.
Hey,
You
half
ain't
a
first,
star.
your last, sir. You ain't first, your
Hey,
last.
everybody seen the longest shot? Oh man, don't hit me with a pillow, half a star.
You ain't first, your last.
We're gonna start this off. We're gonna do every coach individual. Now, we're gonna start off with the man up top, Dan Campbell.
Motor City.
DaeDae, 1 through 5. What you get a man?
Cap off.
Explain why you get that man that
I
rating.
give him like a
Go.
4.6, 4.7, yeah. And only a 4.7 because the Seattle game, bro. The Seattle game. I did not like the way he ended that game. Really how we played. We were aggressive when we didn't need to be. And then when we needed to be, he played conservative.
The analytics.
And
you're
so,
wrong.
yeah, I'm going to give Dan like a 4.6, 4.7.
Mike, what do you
Yeah,
give?
I'm gonna give
Go
DC 4.5 mics. I'm gonna give him 4.5 mics for that Seattle game. If it wasn't for how he
Yeah.
coached that Seattle game, I'll give him a 5.
Yep.
Nate,
I'm going to give him a solid 4, man, because I think he's got room to grow. And I think that he's made some calls in games where I'm a little scratching my head or play clock management in some situations. But I mean, the guy's a hell of a motivator and he's got room to grow. And I think the sky's the limit, like he said. And the team is number 1 in the division. So yeah, I'm going to give him a solid 4.
Jeremy,
4.8 stars.
4.8.
Because if that time clock management in the Seahawks game is all we're bitching about and we're 6-2, come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised none of you said the Ravens game, man. We got our ass kicked in that game.
Man, we just
everybody's on
played
Seattle.
bad. We just played bad.
The
man.
whole
We
team
just-
came out and played flat. And
Yeah.
AG stayed in base defense, rushing forward with a soft zone coverage
Man,
against a
we're gonna
quarterback
get into that,
that
guy.
apart.
We're gonna get into that.
Come on.
I want to see what everybody's going to rate him.
Sky, what do you give Dan the man?
I mean, honestly, he's done great this year. I can't really hate too much. I give him like a 4.2, and the only reason I do that is because I'm gonna say some things about the other coaching staff. Some lower
We
ratings on both sides there. The OC, the DC. So and to me, everything starts at the top. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if your DC and your OC are doing things that are questionable, that means that comes from you as well. That's just the way
He's a
that.
leader. He's a dude.
So, but besides that, personally, like him as a person, like just in general, like I mean, he is doing phenomenal with his play calling compared to last year. He's kicking the ball when we need points instead of going for it on fourth downs. That I think that we should be kicking the ball and taking points. Good teams do that. And then really just playing pussy in Seattle is really the only question that we're all saying that we all talk about. Like, I don't know where, and I think that to me and in my eyes, the way I look at that is that was more of a group decision. I mean, he probably asked the staff, "What do you guys want to do here?" And they're probably like, "Yeah, we should go for overtime." So like and hey, listen, you gotta talk to your guys in those situations. So I put that as a group decision, but Dan's the one making the call. So again, it starts at the fucking top. So 4.2.
I like this comment. MCDC 4.5 got pants by Pete Carroll and John Harbaugh. OC Ben gets a 4.4. I've questioned our red zone a lot more this year. AG gets a 3.9. Strong improvement, but short of 4. Special teams, Coach Phipps, solid 4. That's a great comment.
Not bad. Not too shabby.
Yeah, shout out to James Burgess in your comment, bro. Shout out to you. Great ranking sense. Let me get back to that. So let's now go to. We did the head
Get it out of the way.
No, we're gonna say the best laugh. Yeah, Scott, we left off with you, so we're gonna let you go first. What's your ranking on Ben Johnson, man?
I mean, we're having a great season statistically, but watching the game and just knowing like the eyeball test here and some of these, like I give him like a 4. Like, to be honest with you, just because he's came out flat so fucking much, dude. Like, there's been times where like I'm just so confused in the offensive scheme. It's just like, what is our identity? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have an identity. I know what our identity is. You've said what our identity is. You've showed what our identity is, but then you're not.
It seems like it's game to game. It changes.
I understand that, dude, but you're putting Goff in a situation where he has to throw 40 times from the shotgun. I don't want to be a part of that situation, dude. Even though he can do it and he showed he can do it, but against good defenses, it's not going to work like that. We have to establish the run, and that is our identity. And if we don't do it early, it's not going to come late. That's the problem with Ben Johnson. He came out in some of these games and started throwing quick, and it's put us in some really sticky situations. You seen the Tampa game, he did that, and then at halftime he flipped. Yep. All of a sudden we're back to running the ball and play action, and it's working. So it's like
inconsistency out of the dude too.
Well, solid 4. I mean, if he was a 5, we'd be fucking what? We wouldn't have lost a game.
I mean, he's made some questionable calls too.
It's just and then not to do anything in Baltimore. Like, I'm not saying that I said we were going to lose that game months ago.
Yeah. Dude,
but not like that. You don't go out there and throw a fucking stinker out for 3 fucking quarters and think all of us people are just going to go, give it a next time. We knew we were going to lose that game. Yeah, I called it, but fuck you, man. Like,
not like that.
Not 100%. Like that, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I think we all expected
offense and defense. It's like, come on.
I think we all expected the defense to possibly struggle in that game against Baltimore, and really the offense was supposed to pick it up, and they never did. They went 3 and out in their first 3 drives and pretty much put the nail in the coffin early for us because we couldn't stop anybody. We couldn't score. So, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster.
Man, so what do you give him, Nate? Now that you're on the screen, what do you give him? What do you rank
Ben Johnson, 3.5.
Whoa.
Jeremy Kern, what do you give him?
Hold on, you gonna let him explain himself?
Yeah, explain.
3.5. All right, next.
Lay off the weed for a sec, sir. All right. I mean, honestly, here's the thing. We're all prisoners of the moment. Ben Johnson was kicking ass last year. We're number 1 in offense, like 40 points at some points of the season. I think everybody was just enamored with his plays, his calls. Everything was working perfect. And I had said to everybody who talked about Ben Johnson, they're gonna have tape on this guy, and they're gonna know they're gonna know more about him next year. And I think he's regressed a little bit. And honestly, he's been an average offensive coordinator. I mean, I get it. We're scoring a lot of points, but hey, I know y'all are gonna shit on AG about, well, you know, if the defense is better because we have better players. Well, I can say the same thing about the offense. The offense has a lot of weapons, but hey, we're still an average. In my opinion, I still think he's been an average coordinator, and I don't agree with the red zone stuff. Like, come on, man, don't oversmart yourself. Just fucking run the ball, get the first down. Let's pound the football. Let's go back to, you know, running the ball. We're getting the red zone, man. Like, it's getting too cute. And I'm just like, dude, keep it simple. Let's you know, you want those trick plays between the 20s, fine. I'm cool with that. But when we get to the 20s, let's pound the fucking football and let's get in the end zone. Because against good teams, you're not going to win kicking fucking field goals. That's it.
100% agree.
Jeremy Germ, what's your rating on Big John?
I still give it a 4, and I'm going to tell you why. We're the number 2 offense in the fucking league.
Right.
Okay.
And we're 6-2, not 1-6.
Agreed.
So here's the thing. We have never been good in the red zone until we had Jamal Williams at the goal line.
We lost Monty. That's when Ben Johnson just.
But we weren't good before that.
Jeremy,
And every
Jeremy,
defense
you were
we've
running
been
the
up.
ball in on those fucking touchdowns.
Every
last year, dog.
defense we've been up against so far in the hardest part of our schedule. Guess what they're good at? Stopping teams in the red zone.
But we stop ourselves too.
Yeah, I'm not saying we don't, but you guys say run the ball. We ran the ball 4 times and had fumbles come out of it this year in the red zone.
But that wasn't with Gibbs. That
was with everybody.
No, I see here. I get that, Jeremy. I totally get that, bro. But
That's
my
4 of them
thing
taken
is,
away right there. We don't usually get in the red zone anymore like we did. What we've been doing is getting big strikes from outside the red zone. It's a 4. It's a solid 4.
I agree.
Mike, what do you give Ben Johnson?
I give him a 4. Like we're still one of the top offenses in the league, so you can't. I don't think you can give him less than a 4. But my biggest problem is like what the guys are saying, the red zone. Like I said when we was watching the Raiders game in the group chat, I said all he's been doing, literally red zone wise, is spamming either Jamal or David Montgomery. Other than that, he has no answers. So he has to figure that shit out because we're gonna need that shit at some point.
What's crazy, Mike, is like you're so right about that. And what's nuts is he literally has ran tons of play action out of that shit that has gotten guys wide the fuck open. And I don't understand why he doesn't go back to it. Like Goff even scored on a fucking RPO, bro.
RPO.
Yeah, bro.
Like, dude, like, why aren't we? Where's the bag at in the red? I don't understand. I'm with you. I just don't understand where his bag is at. when it's the red zone. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
He's one of the best at scheming tight ends open, and we did that so much in the red zone last year. You know, what's his name had a 3-touchdown game, Zylstra or whatever.
Yep.
And Brock Wright had, I think, a 2-touchdown game last year. What happened to that? Being able to scheme the tight ends open.
I agree with. I think there's just so much looking at it Laporta that like I don't understand why we're not in 22 personnel then and like literally running 2 running backs, 2 tight end, and then just riding out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I just don't.
You're telling me Brock Wright is falling that far off where he can't go out there and play 22?
No, I mean,
you know what I mean?
He's
11,
decent enough to go out there and catch a 2-yard pass. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing about it. There's just like there's no diversity whatsoever.
And the thing what separates
what
separates a good team from a great team, the red zone.
Yep.
The teams that get touchdowns are the teams that are going to be contenders and are going to go to Super Bowl. The teams that get kick field goals are going to be a playoff team and beat one and done.
That's not. Then tell Adam Vinatieri that.
We'll tell the Philadelphia Eagles that.
DaeDae,
they also had.
what do you get?
They also had fucking.
What do you get in
Brady,
rankings? DaeDae, what do you get in ranking of the season?
The offense, man. I give it like a 4. Yeah, 4. It's a little stagnant at times, you know. And then the Baltimore game, they kept trying to pick on the linebackers with the tight ends, and it was not a good matchup. The linebackers were winning. Roquan and Pat. It was the Baltimore game and the Tampa game we tried to pick, but Baltimore game it failed worse.
Yeah, a lot of faith in Laporta.
Yeah, we're 21st in red zone percentage.
What are we like? What is that, like 30%? 40%?
Gotta get touchdowns, y'all.
That's 79% not getting it. That's what it is.
Yeah, we're literally fucking like last year we were 66%, which would have been a top 5 percentage.
Well, hopefully going forward with these really bad defenses, we can put more touchdowns on the board. That's in the red zone. That's the hope.
All right. So what's yours, Neil? What's your grade for Ben Johnson?
I agree with the rest of everybody. He tries to get too cute in the red zone.
Give him a 4-star. I give him a 4 stars out of 5. 4 stars out of 5 because that Baltimore game and yeah, that was just horrible. I just feel like nobody showed up, so I can't give you a 5 out of 5. You feel me? When you blew an egg like that in Baltimore, you feel me? Now that the man everybody been waiting for.
Here we go.
Hey, let me go first.
Yeah,
Let me go
Mike
last.
first.
I'll go last.
Mike love AG. He's gonna hate all of this.
I'll go last.
Because I already know I'm going to
All right,
hate this because it's going to be a lot of nonsense spewed about
AG's white knight
AG.
right there.
But I'm going to keep it real about AG and the defense. All right.
All right, how we gonna do this?
AG, AG get a 5.
A 5.
AG get a 5.
Hold on.
Let him explain.
Let me explain it. AG get a 5 because I already know y'all gonna be doing some bullshit in here, giving them 1s and 2s and all kind of shit. So I'm giving them a 5, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. This defense has been trash. All right, you can go out.
Everybody gonna get a rating, and then they gonna explain why. All right, and then we're gonna save everybody's discussion afterwards. After everybody speaks, we have a group discussion on it. Right. You give your rating, explain why you gave that rating, and then nobody cut in after that. Go to the next person. Then after that, we're gonna give the group conversation about AG. Because I'm with Mike, but not just a 5 out of 5 though. It ain't that high, but I'm with Mike though. All right. So and I'm gonna start it off with Mike. All right. Let me get it on the screen.
Finish. That's DaeDae.
He got DaeDae. Hey, I got Goku. But hey, AG get a 5, and I'm gonna tell you why he get a 5. This defense was fucking trash for the last 2 years. They were historically bad in the first half of last season. They still finished 31st or 32nd defense even after they rebounded on the second half of the year last season. So we went from 32nd, 31st to now we're at 18th right now. They're giving up 20.6 a game. And the difference between 18 and being the number 10 defense on this list is 1.1 points. Jacksonville is giving up 19.5. That's how tight it is. So they are doing their job on defense. Ravens game was whatever. The Ravens game was fucking trash. But the majority of all the games to the first half of the season, they doing their job. Also, let me go over here. DVOA. Detroit is 6th overall. I know a lot of people love the offense, which is good. People should love the offense. They're 6th overall on offense. But the defense also ranks within the top 10 in DVOA because they're number 7. So I just wanted to throw that at y'all. I'll let y'all hate and do whatever y'all want to do, but that's my reasoning.
Okay, Nate. Go ahead, Nate.
Oh, it's me. Okay. I'm going to give him a 4. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the reality is that AG has been a better coordinator this year than Ben. And the reality is, too, the run defense is legit. The coaching is working. Our young players have taken steps up. Also, too, yeah, we have better players. But the reality is that where we've come from, I mean, you got to put coaching into that situation, y'all. I don't give a crap what kind of scheme is always being ran, but you got to put coaching into that. And AG has got these players ready. They play hard for AG, and they respect AG. The communication's there. You look at the players we lost with CJ, Mosley, impactful guys, and this defense has not missed a beat. And finally, this defense has won its fucking games. Let's be real. Because the offense has shit the bed in some games and not showed up. And if it wasn't for our fucking defense, we would not have won those games.
I agree.
Jeremy, what's your ratings?
I have it at 3.5 for one reason: the inconsistency of the pass rush and the way he plays it. He shits the bed against good quarterbacks. good quarterbacks and running quarterbacks have their success, and it's been proven. Seahawks and Ravens. We stayed in the base defense 99.9% of the time versus that Ravens offense. Yet, the 3 times on third down that we stopped them was why we ran a nickel or dime package. That's the only stops we had on third down in that entire fucking game. There, you got my reasons.
DaeDae.
I give him a 4.5.
Ugh.
4.5, man. What did all Lions fans scream last year while we were
Middle of
losing
the pack.
games? If we had a top 20 defense, we would be okay. And now we've got a top 20 defense, and we're bitching and we're nitpicking. Just based off that, and from where we came to where we're at now, I give 4.5. Pass rushes, yeah, I don't like the pass rush. I never want to see a defensive lineman out in coverage.
Hence 3.5.
But other than that, these boys are playing hard, man. Like, we're stopping teams. Like, you think the Lions are old? Yeah, you know, we're kind of beating up on bad teams right now. But Lions are old, dude. We're losing games like that. Like, we lose to the Raiders. I believe the Lions of old lose to the Raiders.
Ooh, Miami making a comeback. Might have to turn the game on.
Yeah. So that's my reason. I give 4.5. We've improved, but we still are lacking a little bit.
Scott.
What up? All right. So I want to talk about a couple things. So sorry if I'm a little long here about this, because I want to go through a couple things that people said with these stats and shit like that. As I do agree with some of these stats, and they are true. My thing about these fucking stats is they're fucking tainted. Okay? Because I'm just pulling up regular stats, Fox Sports, fucking offensive rankings through week 8. Anybody fucking can get these stats. Fucking Google fucking offensive stats. These are the stats through week fucking 8. All right. So if you're looking at the teams that we played throughout these fucking weeks so far, right? Through week fucking 8. All right. The only teams that we've played that are decent and in the top fucking 20, right? We go down the list that we've played so far. The Chiefs at number 4. We won that game. Whoopie-doo. We got them. Good job. We know that.
What happened? Our defense played well.
Good fucking win.
Couldn't catch.
Good fucking win. Good fucking win, right? All right, we go down there. Let's go down the list even further. Oh, we can't even get anybody in the top 10. Nobody else in the top 10 that we've even played yet. All right, in that. All right, so let's go in the top 15. We're going down there. Still nobody. Oh, we get to the Falcons at number 14. All right.
What about the Seahawks? They should be in that top 10.
Yep, they're coming up. They're coming up. They're coming
this
up.
This is offensive rankings. Total offense.
The problem with the Falcons is they can't score. Offensive touchdown wise, they have 13. 13 is the lowest number in the top fucking 25. Okay, they can't fucking score. So no wonder why the defense is good. All right,
the Falcons did enough to beat Green Bay.
Yeah. All right, so let's go down to Let's go down to the fucking next one. The Seahawks at 16. That's another team we played that's finally ranked in the top 20 offenses of the fucking league. Okay, in the fucking league. All right, and then we go all the way down here, and there's nobody else that we've played yet that is in the top 20. Besides them, the Ravens. Oh, I forgot the Ravens. The Ravens too. Oh, but they beat the living fuck out of us. So let's not even talk about that fucking game.
But how's that AG's
Because they scored every single fucking time down the drive.
How's it not AG and Ben Johnson's fault?
You can't choose who. You can't choose who you
play.
play.
That's a thing. It's nitpicky because when you look at that Ravens game, like bro, like literally the offense went out there and had 9 plays of fucking offense with no fucking first downs at all. They didn't get a first down until the Ravens were already up 28. So I know y'all not just going to absolve Ben Johnson of that game and blame AG for that game.
No, it's
can't do that.
In that game.
I said both.
But what I'm saying is when we're talking about AG,
I know you said
offenses. He hasn't fucking played it. He hasn't coached against.
But that's not his fault.
Decent.
That's not his fucking fault. That's what I'm trying to say. He plays who he plays.
But
it matters
when he does
the defense is better. We have a top run defense. What else do you want?
Because he pisses down his fucking leg when against good teams.
I don't know what what metric they're using. I'm just going off DVOA here. We played 3 top 10 offenses.
DVOA is important too.
Right, DVOA. We played Baltimore is number 4 offense. We played Kansas City's number 5 offense. We played Seattle is number 9. So that's 3 top 10 offenses right there. we got another top 10 offense coming off the bye with the Los Angeles Chargers. So
This goes
I
off,
just
this
want
goes
y'all.
off of offensive yards average and offensive touchdowns.
Okay,
My
yeah, I don't like.
stats for who are the rankings in the NFL.
Let me ask y'all a question. I want y'all to be completely honest with me. Who in their right mind thought that we were going to stop Lamar Jackson? I sure as fuck did not think we were.
If we dialed up a blitz package, we could have.
I don't think
They tried to blitz.
nobody
they didn't.
nobody sat there and
They
thought they
did.
were gonna beat 38 to fucking nothing.
Yeah,
had
but
the
again,
lowest-
that's a whole
wait.
shit.
I'm going to
Show.
refute that right now because that right there was the lowest blitz rate of any game we had. He shit the bed versus the Ravens. We didn't blitz
It's
at all. It
Lamar
was
fucking
worse.
Jackson.
I don't
They
give a-
did blitz.
He was throwing from the
Let's play
pocket
versus
too.
Ravens.
That blitz percentage was what? Less than 10%, wasn't it, Sky?
No, it wasn't. It was around
I'll look it
30%.
up right
They
now.
did
Oh.
blitz.
Pressure win rate was above 30%. Blitz rate was low.
The reality is, I don't know why y'all want to blitz Lamar Jackson when we're not even getting fucking home on shitty quarterbacks.
The thing is, they tried. The thing that I hate hearing on this show is that he doesn't blitz or doesn't try to blitz when he does, in fact, try to blitz in some of these games and they're just not fucking getting there. But instead of saying they're not fucking getting there, we're just going to say he didn't blitz, which is a fucking lie.
Mike, we can look at the fucking blitz rate though.
But look at the pressures too.
The pressures don't exactly mean the blitz rate. The pressures can come from a 4-man rush.
Right.
That's why we're not getting there. That's why we don't hit home. Why we're the highest percent, one of the highest pressure rated.
Bro,
teams
who
with
who
something
had that
Hunt.
chart?
And there we
It was
go.
a chart. It was a chart shared like throughout this
Couple
week.
days
It
ago,
was a
the
chart.
blitz rate.
Yeah,
the
the blitz
graph,
rate.
the graph.
And
that went
if you
up,
look at
yeah.
if you look at the fucking graph, you can tell they was blitzing in that game. The Seattle game and the Baltimore game is damn near identical. The only game where they blitzed their ass off was the Raiders game because the shit was working. When you blitz a quarterback and he's just back there still not getting touched and he's throwing fucking daggers, of course you're gonna call that shit off.
And also too, if you want to compare who we've played, quote unquote, you played Patrick Mahomes, where you won the game on a defensive play because of BB's pick six, and we lost the game against Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson just balled the fuck out through the air and the ground when he needed to make plays. So we're 1-1. Seattle, we got the stop on defense. It's the offense that decided to go conservative and not fucking go for the win. Let's not forget that.
Also turned the ball over, 3 times in that game? Spotted,
Yeah.
I think 14
The
points.
pick six
in the
pick
Seattle
six?
game, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Come on, man.
Monty's fumble on our 30, 35 or something like that.
23.
So
Oh, yeah,
we're
that's
1-1
right.
against two really
Then
good
there was
quarterbacks.
another one.
Hey, you're not going to win them all.
I think there were 3 turnovers in that game. We spotted them 14 to 21
Don't forget
points or
the
something.
2 turnovers on down at midfield where we allowed them to score 10 points.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. Yeah. So that's not
Ball
you're
game.
putting your defense in bad positions as well too.
Sure.
You
And when your
our
offense don't do
is up-
dick, your
Yeah.
defense gets tired because they're on the field all the damn time. You
But
know?
offensively, we had time of possession in that game.
Yep.
The Seahawks game. We won the time of possession. So technically the defense shouldn't have been gassed, is what we're getting at.
Right, but we got the stop when it needed to matter the most, and the offense decided to play conservative and not go for the win when they were on the plus territory.
Because the
They
analytics
already
that
came back from 10 below, tied the game. Just we
Okay.
sat back and shat on the ball.
y'all want to say what you want to say about it. The analytics say when you're at home, you play for the tie. When you're on the road, you
Man,
play for
fuck
the
the
win.
analytics at that point, bro. You're on a momentum. You're on.
You got
a
to play to
momentum.
win, bro. You can't play to
Bro,
lose.
you're already come back from
Where they
10.
fuck up,
Your
where
offense
they-
is humming to get them 10 points.
Where they-
That's
already.
why I didn't
You
give
go for the
him a
win.
5. That's why I didn't give him a 5 on my
I didn't
score.
give him a 5 either. But anyways, where they fucked up was not calling a timeout with 1:36 when they got the first
That's
down
Dan
at
Campbell.
48.
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, that's right. They
That's
burnt
DC.
a lot. That's right.
They
Yep.
burned 22 seconds off that clock.
Yep.
And Dan Campbell and Dan Campbell even
not breaking the huddle.
And Dan Campbell even said in his press conference they did not want to leave any time on the clock. They wanted to kick that field goal to go to overtime. So they had already conceded that they were not going for the win. And so that's what happened. But the thing about it too is you got to understand overtime rules, y'all. You don't get the ball back if you can't get a fucking stop, and that's exactly what happened.
At that point, wouldn't you want Jared Goff to call the timeout in that huddle as a quarterback? Wouldn't you want your quarterback to be like, "Hey, man, we only got like a minute and some."
I want to go for the fucking win, bro. In plus territory, you go for the fucking win.
Not if the head coach is telling you. Not if the head coach is telling you we're not doing that.
Man, you got to have a little bit more self-awareness. Be like, man, look.
That's on DC, man. DC fucked up on that.
That's
we're gonna have a discussion.
That's DC. Don't call timeout. We want it. That's not on nobody but DC. He's the one that's controlling those timeouts.
I'm not saying that's on Goff, but I'm just like a hypothetical one. Like
he don't have that's not his territory.
He's not gonna go against the coach. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's not his. Yep, that's not his territory at all. That's not on Goff.
Yeah. He's not Peyton Manning, bro. He's not gonna audible at the line. But the thing is, when you have that Goff has played as well as he's played, and you have a great mind in Ben Johnson, you're in plus fucking territory, and you don't go for the fucking win, that pisses me off. Because you're playing to fucking lose. And what happened? We fucking lost the game because we didn't get the ball back. Just like Buffalo didn't get the ball back against the Chiefs in that championship game.
Oh, it happened.
Yeah, but we shelled the whole way down for them to go down and score. So that's kind of, yeah.
Well, when you got the ball in your hands and you got plus territory, you grab your balls and you fucking go for it, man. Fuck the analytics, like I said. Or whoever. Yeah. You go by feel and you go for it.
Momentum, bro. Momentum.
Worst play.
Shit. Then we're gonna go to the worst play so far.
Y'all really dig deep.
We got clips for all like the ones that you would think of.
Oh, I already know mine. Can I go first? Get mine out of the way. That J-Mo play, dude. I don't know if that was like a fuck you moment to J-Mo, but goddamn, dude, like nobody blocked that shit. J-Mo just didn't know what the fuck happened to him, and Max Crosby almost took his damn near head off.
We'll get to here's the play. Hello, Max Crosby. Absolutely demolished.
Oh man.
Ugh. I mean, how you not gonna scheme something for Crosby to just come free, bro? What are you doing?
You know what that was?
On the island, bro.
That was his wake-up call, because what did he do the next play? He caught a 20-yard dart downfield crossing.
Yep. He wasn't doing any run-arounds anymore, that's for sure.
We call he said, save them for Cleve Raymond.
Right, yeah. At least he can get past that guy.
Or St. Brown.
Save them for Cleve Raymond.
God damn.
Go ahead, Jeremy. What's your worst play, man?
Devin Witherspoon pick 6, because that ball was thrown worse than the Marcus Peters one.
Oh God. That one's done.
Who's that against it?
Seattle.
And that was
3rd and long out of a tight formation.
Nope.
Man up. Pressure coming in again. Goff hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. There's Trey Brown. Open to the end zone, and he's going to score.
Witherspoon, wasn't it? Witherspoon that had the pick 6?
No,
it was Trey Brown.
It was somebody. It was 22.
Witherspoon had a pick 6 in the Sunday night game or Monday night game.
Yeah.
Against somebody.
Okay. Giants.
Yeah. DaeDae, what's yours, man?
Man, it goes to the Baltimore game, man. We gave Lamar Jackson 9.8 seconds to throw, bro.
Oh, yeah.
11th play of this drive, 3rd and 3.
Right here. See how tight they are now?
Jackson can't find anyone. Looking to take off and run. Bounces away. Still serving. Still alive. Throwing end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Nelson Aguilar.
That's Lamar.
12 seconds.
Hooked us right there.
12 seconds. And look, it was only 4 guys rushing the passer. Oh my goodness. It was just the D-line.
See, that's my problem with that clip. That clip is a bad clip. That's probably the worst clip. But my problem with that statement, though, only 4 people rushing. We're like, where the fuck were they for 10 seconds though? Like that's on AG that they couldn't get there for 10 seconds.
Secondary can't cover that fucking long.
You send
That's why I'm asking. That's why I'm asking, because you cannot blame a NFL coach for the players failing that miserably on a fucking play. Like 10 seconds and not nab one of them to get to Lamar Jackson to do something. That's not on AG.
He's done that to other players and other teams. Mahomes has done that too.
That's not the point.
Right there.
That's not the point. Not the point. I'm just saying for the people that would blame AG for that, for him having 10 seconds, you got to blame the fucking players out there on the field. You have to.
A blitz is 5 or more, right?
And like I said, like I said, they called that shit during the game too. I ain't seen you pull up that 10% you was talking about yet.
I'm trying to find it. I can't find any stats on efficiency.
Mike, what's your worst play, man?
You best believe it's coming your way as soon as I do.
Man, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. I agree with DaeDae with that play. That 10 second, that 9.8 seconds, you can't beat that. So I'm gonna go with that.
Scott?
Worst play of the year? Is that what we're asking here, or this last game?
Yeah, worst of this midseason.
Yeah. Mosley going down.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that was bad. I was there at that game too. Shit.
I ain't got that.
No, we don't need that, bro. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Mine is this, man.
Goff started to his left, and he's picked. Intercepted by Marcus Peters. Able to stay in bounds. He's gone. I see no flags. Touchdown Raiders.
Oh, man, just stop him.
Bro, Goff looked like a
Go
statue.
out of bounds. Man.
Right.
Throw the ball out of bounds, man. Let's see what
Goff trying to be Mahomes there.
Hey, Dave. I got that chart. I got that blitz chart, and it's 30%, like I said. So, anybody know how to put that shit in here?
I don't.
I gave you.
Either way, it was 30. It was 30. It was 30%, like I said.
I don't know, man. Like, quarterbacks
what's your
got
favorite
that kind
play
of speed.
so far? Go ahead, Nate.
I'm just gonna say, man, a quarterback that has that kind of speed that can kill you if he wants to, but they can often throw from the pocket at a high rate this year. What the fuck are you supposed to do as a defensive coordinator, man? Not a lot of people can stop that kind of quarterback. It's like you can't stop Mahomes all the time either. Sometimes you get lucky, but reality, these quarterbacks are special quarterbacks. These quarterbacks are not your average quarterbacks. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Yep, I 100% agree. He got an MVP, and he might be getting
Fuck yeah, he got an MVP. Come on. Y'all acting like Geno Smith running around there behind there. Anyways, go ahead.
Nate, what's your favorite play so far?
I gotta say, when I was at the Panthers game, man, that triple pass to Laporta, man, that was nice.
Yeah, I like that.
And I was also there to watch it too, so that was pretty fucking awesome.
Just played well. Emmanuel Mosley got some playing time before getting a deep back. Wide open. He's got time in the end zone, and that's a Lions touchdown. A little trickery, but that's 2.
Yeah.
DaeDae, what's yours?
My favorite play of the year, probably Jamal's touchdown.
Yeah. Wait, track that.
Goff looking deep, wants it all. Jamison Williams looking for the ball. Got it! Touchdown!
What was your favorite play, DaeDae?
The call on the TV, really. Honestly, and the way honestly, if you really talk about the play, the way he's able to track the ball, and he beat the corner and safety.
And it was a windy day too. That's why the ball was all floaty.
You know, safety got there late.
Jeremy, what's your favorite play so far?
the double reverse flea flicker to Laporta.
Yeah,
Just played well. Emmanuel Mosley got some playing time before getting a deep back to Jared Goff. Wide open. He's got time in the end zone, and that's a Lions touchdown. A little trickery, but that's two.
And the reason why I call that out because who stole that play and used it later that night? San Francisco 49ers.
Mike, what's your favorite play so far?
I'm gonna go with the J-Mo Tampa play too, because I was there for that game. That was electric seeing that, all those Lions fans there, man. We was going crazy.
Hell yeah.
You was there,
bro. Anytime that kid has any success, bro, the fucking fan base explodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scott, what's yours?
I don't even know. I mean, honestly, probably Monty's home run and Gibbs' home run combined as my number one play, just because I finally like running backs that actually can score touchdowns outside of the 5-yard line.
Who laid out the linebacker on the way through for Monty to
J-Mo.
get that?
J-Mo.
That's the only reason why they target him at all. That's the only reason they target him at all right now. You know why? Because he blocks.
Hey, that's all good.
That's what our receivers have to do. If you want to be a receiver on this team, you have to be able to block.
And what did People Jones strong in? Blocking.
Right. That's the main reason why that trade looks like a good trade.
Mm-hmm.
Gave up the same round pick he was picked in, and the guy put up with 5 garbage quarterbacks last year. Put up good numbers.
I'm surprised nobody said anything about Gibbs going into the stands and staying there.
I like nobody said Craig. I'm surprised nobody said Craig Reynolds block for Amon-Ra.
Oh, that was nice. Damn, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, I was doing the analytics on the thing, and I didn't get no Montgomery or Gibbs runs because I was expecting one of y'all to pick that. I had everybody else but that, so you know what?
Somebody just did.
What? Yeah, I didn't have.
Didn't you say both of them, Sky?
What?
Yeah, you said the Gibbs run. You said the Gibbs run.
Yeah,
Monty and Gibbs run, right? Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
Those are 2 explosive runs for touchdowns.
Yeah.
I didn't have it.
You're good.
What other words you got? You done?
There's any hot takes, man?
Hot take.
Anything y'all want to talk about, man? Anything y'all want to talk about, man?
I'll
We're gonna
go.
close the show out like.
All right. I got one.
All right, go ahead.
Throughout the season, I don't see us losing 3 games with the rest of the schedule.
I do.
I don't.
I can argue with that. I can argue with that right now. I do. I think we
Talk about
it. I think we lose a total of 5 games. I think we have 3 more losses.
No, I don't. I said
schedule.
I don't see us losing more than 3 games the rest of the schedule. That's what I said.
I know what you said. I heard you.
We already got 2 losses, so you have 5
So you think
losses
we're gonna
on the schedule. That's the total of 5.
So we're gonna lose 3 more games.
So that's it.
I don't got
two
to no more
division.
than 2.
I got 2 division games.
Chiefs won a squeaker.
No.
You said.
I got I got 2 division losses, and I got us losing coming right out the bye. I think we lose to the Chargers, and then I think we lose to Chicago in Chicago.
Keep saying that one.
Yeah, I do. I'm telling you.
Well, Justin Fields, man, if you know y'all worried
But
about
then-
Lamar Jackson, Justin Fields can run like fuck. You can't do anything else, but he can run.
I would say that's why we're not scared. We let them eat that last game, and we beat them 41-10.
We literally just
game
said
was
we struggle with running quarterback. What is Fields? He's a running quarterback.
And we haven't struggled against them since his first game.
Yeah, that was the one that he was running after everybody.
It's in Chicago in December. That's wicked.
Chiefs won.
And
Damn, dude, you're way ahead of me. I'm still watching this.
and the Bears have yet to win in December themselves.
Telling you, we're due for another stinker. I think the Bears will get us, and then we lose to the Vikings week 17 or week 18, whatever. We're resting people. If we're resting people, then
Not if it means the first seed. Watch.
If it means the first seed, I agree with you. I think we won't rest our guys.
Neil, can our hot takes be a prediction?
Yeah, give me.
All right. Y'all ready for this? We're gonna be number one in the NFC at the end of the season. We're gonna be number one in the NFC at the end of the season. Book it.
Fuck it.
I agree.
Because the Eagles' schedule is going to get very brutal right now. And the Niners, depending on how they can implement Chase Young, I mean, Brock Purdy's played not prettiful.
Yeah, it's not even about Chase Young. It's about Purdy, how he can play.
Well, that too, yeah. We're going to be – and our schedule is very favorable. We should be favored in almost every freaking game going forward. Maybe not Dallas.
We play
Even
a lot
Dallas,
of we play a lot of these games on the road too coming up.
Yeah.
We have a couple back-to-back road games.
We
That's
played
tough.
really well on the road, except for that.
I know,
Ravens
but it's
game.
tough to win back-to-back on the
It
road.
is.
You know that. So, I mean, we got Chicago at home after we played the Chargers on the road. So, and I think we beat them there. And then I got it written down right here.
I think the favorable thing too is look at the quarterbacks we're playing. Outside of Herbert and outside of maybe Prescott, who else?
Wilson, Russell's playing well this year.
Look at the Chiefs. I mean, outside of that, who are you really fearing about quarterbacks? You fearing Love? Hell no. You feeling Bustin Fields? No. You fearing Jared Hall or Dobbs?
Yeah,
no.
man, you got to respect Fields, man. I don't think he's gonna torch us or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think
it might not even be Fields. It might be Badger.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, could be Badger.
I root for that kid. I like that kid. Man, you gotta respect Fields. He's not gonna ball out, man, but there's always that he can. Fields can take over a game with his legs. You know that. You've seen it in other games, not necessarily against us, but you've seen it. I think that's why they're able to get us on the road.
Hey, the Packers.
Well, that's our award ceremony for the day, man. I appreciate everybody that came, man. I appreciate everybody in the comments. I'm gonna let everybody know.
Good job, host.
Huh?
Say good job, host.
Y'all please hit that subscribe button, man. But I'm gonna let everybody remind y'all who it is and where they can find them at. God, let them know where they can find you at, though.
Oh yeah, you can find me on Lions Fan Report or X Anthony on Twitter, baby.
There you go. For sure. Mike, let them know where they can find you at, though.
On Twitter at onepride_JR.
Nate, let them know where they can find you at, though.
I mean, I'm usually on the kneecap, but and yours, Bandit. So that's it.
Nate the Great don't do social media.
Yeah, I don't do social media. I don't have time for that shit.
Hey, that's smart.
Yeah, no hating on that.
I got a life, bro. Shit.
Jeremy, let them know where they can find you at, though.
Well, if you want to see my writings about the Detroit Lions and the NFL, it is on the SouthFloridaTribune.com website. Under the Motor City Tribune heading, you will see me under there as a list of one of the authors. And then you can also find me on Kneecap Biting with the Detroit Lions, and also here whenever I can, and I'm free to be on Bandit Sports on YouTube. I'm here.
For sure. DaeDae, man, this was your show, man.
Man, this ain't mine. This was your show. You hosted it. Stop that.
And you came up with the idea, man. You know, I always give credit when credit was due, man. You feel me? You stayed away.
I'll take that.
Hey, don't y'all Chris Will Smith and Chris Rock yourselves, man. Punch yourselves out.
Oh man.
Or slap.
Hi, it's your boy DaeDae. You can find me at Marco246 on Twitter. Go Lions, one pride. Let's go.
Hey, why is the Rams such an underdog versus the Packers? Anybody know?
Because it might be Brett Rippon.
Stafford's not playing.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that. All right, thank you, because I was about to put them down.
It's your boy, Bandit, man. Y'all know where you're gonna find me right here, man. Everybody that was here, I appreciate it. Everybody in the comments, I appreciate it, man. If y'all can please hit that subscribe button, man. We do this every Sunday, man. We just do award ceremony because we ain't had no pregame, so you catch us every Sunday, man. With that said, man, we out.
You better patent Bandit Sports.